We're on Daf Tesvav, Masechta Berochos. The din, if you want to be makabel or machul shemaim completely yifne, you need to go to the bathroom. V'yitol yadav, and then wash your hands. V'yaniach tefillin, put on tefillin. V'yikra kriya shema v'yispala. V'zui machul shlema shlema. By the way, I've seen great Talmidei Chachamim act that way. That they're very, very careful. If they have to go to the bathroom, they're always makbid to go to the bathroom. And back and forth until they before they would daven. It's a concept of nekiyas haguf before they were makabel ol machul shemayim. I remember, the person, Rav David Grossman, who had passed away, but they honored the Siyam Shas. He was very makbid. I used to watch because I was his chavrusa many years ago. So and I would always see Rav Grossman. He was very makbid on the issue of nikiyas. I actually saw a human being practice this lemaisa, and I've seen in other Talmidei Chachamim. It's very careful that the goof that they before they would daven they would follow this halach. Whoever makes sure that he goes to the bathroom and then he washes his hands, the correct kriya shema mispalel. Here we've been bringing all these agaritas that if you do something wrong, you build a bama. Here it's as if you built a mizbeach v'hikra v'alei korban, and you were makar of a korban on it. We have many Gemaras throughout Shas where we say, whoever lives and he doesn't see the building of the Beis Hamikdash in his time, it's as if he participated in its korban. It always bothered me. You have Rashi, you have the Rambam, you have the Chafetz Chaim. These people all lived, and the Beis Hamikdash was not built in their time. Can you really say on the Rashi and the Rambam and the Chafetz Chaim that the Beis Hamikdash was not built in their time? So I say pum fakert. We see there's many dinim that if you live your life a certain way, it's as if you live in the Beis Hamikdash. That just davening in the right way, it's ki'ilu bona mizbeach v'hikra v'lev korban. The chsiv erchatz b'nikayon kapai. I clean myself. V'soivavas mizbachech Hashem, and I surround the mizbech Hashem. So here's the concept: if you're makbid on cleanliness before Hashem, it's as if you built a mizbech. Amalei Rava, lo yisav lomar ki'ilu tava, and isn't there also a statement? It's as if you went to the mikvah. Tichsiv erchatz b'nikayon, v'lo kos of erchatz kapoy. That means a complete cleanliness, as if you submerged yourself in a mikvah. Did you see this young Talmid Chacham? The Asam Imarav came from Eretz Yisrael. The Omar, he said, "Mishe'en lo mayim lirchotz yadav, mikanech yadav ba'afar uvitzor uvikismis." That if you don't have water, you should rub your hands with dirt or with a rock, and you can clean yourself that way. And that's the whole. If you're in a plane and you don't have water for the Netilas Yadayim, usually you have, but if it's a problem, there are other ways what you could do a Rechitzas Yadayim, like if you have some sandpaper, if you have something astringent that you could clean yourself with. Amar lei shapir ka amar, he said good, because miksiv erchatz b'mayim b'nikayon, it doesn't say with water, ksiv kol mididimag, anything that cleans. Rav Chisda layit amanda mahader amaya, Rav Chisda would get upset with people who would go backwards to try to find water, the Eden Slusa before they daven. Hanimil the Kriya Shema. But that's for Kriya Shema that he was upset. Aval Tefillah Mahadir. But before Shemona Esrei, you do have to go backwards. It means, let's say you're walking on the road and you passed a gas station with water and you forgot about it, and then so the question is, do you have to go back? So the question is, you have to go back for not for Kriya Shema, but for Shemona Esrei. How much? Ad kama, ad parsa. Means a parsa is 3 mil. Hanamili lekamei. But that means going forward. That means, let's say, you know that 3 mil from now there's going to be washing. So you should wait, not say Shemona Esrei, wait until you wash your hands. Now, that's going forward. Avala achoyre afilu mil ein chozer. But going backwards, you have no chiyuv of having, like the kozer gate, you don't have to go backwards because you're wasting your time going backwards. Up until a meal. Umino milhu de ena choser. But so if it's a mill, let's say it's a kilometer, and the washing station's a mill, you don't have to go back. But hapachos be mil choser. But if it's like a half a kilometer or anything less than a kilometer, you'd have to go back. Mishnah. Hakoyre eshma v'loy.
If you have an
Ways.
airplane, and you can't, you have food and let's say it's not
So-
soreness. Can you use
You
like a wet towel and
L'chora, you could
make a Berochos of that?
Yeah, or and some yeah.
But can you make a Berochos
I'm not
for
sure I would
wash?
recommend it to dime, but in terms of these dinim,
Yeah.
this is dinim in front of tefillah. It's not dinim in front of eating.
Okay.
They also say you shouldn't hold on to the bread.
Yeah.
You can just hold on to a piece of paper.
Paper and all the bread.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get to those dinim by Natilas Yadayim for eating. This is for wash. This is for davening. So for davening, it could be that because there it's tumah v'tahara. There are going to be certain stringencies. You need a kli. You need a certain amount. So we're not extrapolating those dinim from this din. This is for davening. For davening, it could be it's more lenient. Hakoy reshma. So you can say like this. You can hear yourself.
Yeah.
What if you did this?
No good.
So if the Mishnah says you are Yotzei, but Rav Yossi Omer lo Yotza. Rav Yossi says you're not Yotza, unless you hear yourself. Karav lo digdik bois Yosea. Let's say you weren't careful in the letters. Rav Yossi Omer Yotza, but Rav Yossi Omer lo Yotza. Hakar l'mafrei, if you read backwards lo Yotza, and there's no argument there. Karav etawa. Let's say you made a mistake. Yachzor l'makom shutah. You don't have to go all the way from the beginning. You go to where you made a mistake. Now, my time at Rav Yossi, who said you're not Yotza unless you hear yourself, Mishum dechsiv shma, which we darshan, hashmei la'oznecha ma she'atem motzim mipicha. Your ear should hear what comes out of your mouth. Now the Tanakama said that you're Yotza Kriya Shema even if you don't hear what comes out of your mouth. Tanakama says Shema b'chol lashon shachashma, because he doesn't darshan that it means you should listen what comes out of your mouth. He learned Shema means you could hear Shema in any language. So you could say Kriya Shema in French or Spanish or English. Rav Yossi Tarti Shema Minod. Rav Yossi learns both dinim from the same Shema. It's not awesome. Cheresh Amedaber. So the standard when we say in halacha cheresh shoyte v'katan, a deaf mute, a minor, and a mishigana, all of these people have no das. So in certain times they're potter from mitzvahs. Now, but this is not a deaf mute. This is a deaf person who can speak. So a cheresh hamedaber Chazal did not consider somebody who was not a ben das. A cheresh hamedaber usually was mechayim in mitzvahs. So, but however, cheresh hamedaber ve'noshim he can't hear. Lo yitrom lechatchila, he should not be the one who separates truma. You're a farmer. You have to give either 1/50th, beinonis 1/40th, and there's a bracha that has to be said ala truma, but he can't hear the truma. He can't hear the bracha. So lechatchila, he should not do the truma. But v'im toram truma so truma. The question is, let's say he gave the truma. Let's say he separated the truma. He wasn't supposed to lechatchila. The din is this have the state of truma? So if I give it to the kohen, it's truma, and more importantly, all the grain that he gave the truma from is considered that it was corrected. So the din is yes. Now, man tana cheresh hamedaber ve'noshim di'evedin lechatchila lo. So who is this tana who seems to say that really lechatchila you shouldn't do it, but if you did it b'di'evid ex post facto, it'll work. On Rav Chizda Rav Yoisihi. It's Rav Yoisi ditnan. Hakoyre eshma v'lo yisni la'ozno yotza. Div Rav Yehuda, but Rav Yosi Omer lo yotza. So they want to make a connection between this din of Rav Yosi by Shema, who said that if you don't hear it, you're not Yotzei. So it's the same over there. He's not Yotzei, at least lechatchila. Bar says no, you can't make this sort of connection, this zushtel between these two cases. Ad kan like Rav Yosi lo yotza. Maybe Rav Yosi said you're not Yotzei legabi Kriya Shema. Why? Do araisa. Aval trumas mishum bracha hu bracha drabanan. V'lo bebracha talya milsa. So this is a very important principle that we have to remind ourselves throughout Shas. All brachas are midrabanan. So, for example, when we take the lulav, and we shake the lulav. If you didn't make the bracha, you're yotze the mitzvah. Chazal gave us a bracha al natilas lulav. And then they say, give say a shechianu as well, and say the first time you do it after a year. But these are all birchos d'Rabbanan. If I shake the lulav, I didn't make the bracha, I'm yotze the mitzvah lulav. And it's with every other mitzvah, is exactly the same din. If I put on tefillin, I didn't make the brachas tefillin, I'm a kaim, mitzvah's tefillin. You didn't do it the best way. Chachamim want you to make and all brachos are Rabbanan except two.
Matzah.
No. If I ate matzah, and I didn't make a bracha, I'm yotze the mitzvah of matzah. I did not make the bracha de Rabbanan that they told me to make. It's the same as lulav. But I meant there are only two brachas that are midor raisa you have to say. Birchas HaMazon and Birchas HaTorah. Because it says uveirachta, v'achalta v'savata uveirachta, and it says kishama in Hazinu there it says kishem Hashem ekra havu godel elokenu, give godel elokenu when you read psukim. So those are only two brachas that there you have to say the bracha. Otherwise, all brachas are midrabanan. And therefore, if for example you're a sofek, did I say the bracha? Did I not say the bracha? You don't say the bracha because it's bracha lavatola. So and not only that. So the Gemara is pointing out to us here, the truma is the truma. I didn't make the bracha, but the separation of the truma worked, and the produce was niska.
Why they say lo yotze?
No. So kriyashma doraisa. That's when it says lo yotze. But here, so that the Gemara wants to say that maybe the sheet of Rabbi Yossi doesn't apply here. Rabbi Yossi over there says kriyashma, the mitzvah of kriyashma is doraisa. So there, if I didn't do it the way I'm supposed to do it, I'm not yotze. But here, just because he didn't hear the bracha Rabbana doesn't ruin the truma.
So what's the significance of the brachas altogether to Birkavana?
Well, Chazal established that Hashem gave us a mitzvah, so we have to be mavarech Hashem. Asher kedusha mitzvos of tzivanu. If it's just like if I eat something without making a bracha, I'm considered a goyzel lakodesh baruch Hu. I'm considered like I stole something. So it's a lack of akras satova. We have to make the bracha. It's a mitzvah Rabbanan to do it. But not for us to think that if I do the mitzvah without making the bracha, I'm not mekayim the mitzvah. I mean, achanami being mekayim the mitzvah. Now, ulimayd Rabbi Yossi, and who told you bichlal that it's Rabbi Yossi? Dilma Rabbi Yehudi, and maybe it's the sheet of Rabbi Yehuda. Amar Gabi kriyash manami di evidin lechatchila lo, and maybe Rabbi Yehuda when he says yotza, right? Even though he didn't hear his voice, maybe he also doesn't mean lechatchila your yotza. Maybe he agrees with Rabbi Yossi lechatchila. You have to hear it. And he only says you're yotze b'di'evet, and therefore the same thing applies by truma. Or says lo. Teda diktoni hakore di'eved hakoire di'evedin lechatchila lo. He says beferish that if you read it's b'di'eved in lechatchila not. And amri hadiktani hakor. The Gemara says you can't deduce that way because perhaps the reason it was said hakoire is to solo dicha kod Rav Yossi, because the word well, we have languages. Hakol shoichtin. But if you say hakoire, somebody who read, that's past tense, that's always a language of it got done, even though maybe lechatchila it shouldn't have been done. So the reason our Mishnah is in the language of hakoire is to show you how far Rabbi Yossi goes. Domer di'evet namilo. That perhaps Rabbi Yossi holds that even if you did it, you're not yotze even if you did it. Because the Rav Yehuda fil lechatchila nami yotze. Because you can't say it's Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda allows it lechatchila. Now, the Mayu came to Rav Yossi. Now, why did you establish it, Rav Yossi? Elohad Tanya lo yivarich adam birchas hamazon belibo. It says a person should read birchas hamazon. If you just say it by yourself, into your heart, but in birch yotza. Now, who is this like? This is lo Rav Yosef, lo Rabbi Yehuda. Because here, there's nobody ever lechatchila. The Rabbi Yehuda ha'amar lechatchila nami yotze. Rabbi Yehuda said lechatchila you're yotze. Here you're saying you're not yotze lechatchila. Rabbi Yosef you have nami lo. So what are you going to tell me? It's a third shita? Nah. There's really only two manda amrim in this sugya. Elamai Rabbi Yehuda. You're going to tell me it's Rabbi Yehuda. V'di'evedin, and over there by Birchas Hamazon, it's only b'di'evet lechatchila lo. But then why Elahadatan Rabbi Yehuda braid Rav Shimon ben Pazi? Cheresh hamedaber, this deaf person who can speak. Ve'eino shumi can't hear. Toyim lechatchila. Here it says beferish, not just b'di'evet. It says even lechatchila you can do it. Mani lo Rabbi Yehuda lo Rabbi Yossi. That's clearly not like the two Tanaim we learned. Because E Rabbi Yehuda Amar Diavad in Lechatchila Lo. We've already heard Rabbi Yehuda say that Diavad it works, and E Rabbi Yosi Amar Diavad Nami Lo. So maybe we do have a third Tana. More says no. La'olam Rabbi Yehuda. Vafilu Lechatchila Nami. Really, Rabbi Yehuda holds Lechatchila, you can do it as well. I the Lord Kasha Hadidei Hadirab. You brought me a brisa that says no. That's not him. That's his Rebbe. This not. Rabbi Yehuda Oimer Mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Hakoyre Eshma. Whoever's read Shema Tzar Sheyash Milas no, he has to hear it. Shenemar Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Amalei Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir responds, Harehu Oimer Asher Anochi Mitzavcha Yom Alav, which implies Achar Kavanas Halev. Which means maybe you don't have to say it, you just say it in your heart. Hein hein advarim. Oh, so now we have a shita of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah that maybe lechatchila even yes. Hashta da'asis lachim, now that you revealed this. So afilu tema Rabbi Yehuda Karabis really. Maybe Rabbi Yehuda holds like his Rebbe. And v'loy kasha Rabbi Meir Rabbi Yehuda. 3 lines from the bottom. It's not awesome. Hakol kshem likros Megillah. Everyone can read the Megillah. Chutz, mecheres shoyte v'kot. Except for a halachic deaf mute. This is not a deaf person who can speak. This is a real deaf mute, which Chazal understood it affected their cognition. So they were not a ben das, and if they read the Megillah, they wouldn't be able to yotzei, and not a cotton, and not a meshigana. Rabbi Yehuda machshir bekotten. Rabbi Yehuda allowed a cotton. Now we're going to say man tana cheresh diavad nami lo, and this seems to imply that a cheresh, a deaf mute, even b'diavad can't be yotzei us. Who is that? That's our tana Rabbi Yosi. Amrav mas Rabbi Yosi. This nan hakoyre eshma v'lo yishmiya la'azno yotza de Rabbi Yehuda, but Rabbi Yosi omer lo yotza. So the sheet over there by Megillah must also be Rabbi Yosi. Now, mimai Rabbi Yosi v'diavad nami lo. Who says it's Rabbi Yosi and it's the maybe over there Dilma Rabbi Yehudi v'chatchila the law diavad the law the only chatchila, but the Yavet Shaper Dami, and this will finish tomorrow.
Yeah, so.